So hi everyone, my name is Trina Prince and I recently graduated from Nipissing this past year, and I'm coming today to talk to you guys about a very important topic. So over the next 10 minutes I'm going to be going over sexual assault, how you can prevent it, and what you can do if it happens. As a past student, one of the most important things to me is all of your safety. Sexual assault is defined as any unwanted sexual act. It can include anything from unwanted sexual touching to rape and sexual exploitation. Nipissing University is a very safe place, however no place can be 100% safe. Each and every one of you needs to be educated on sexual assault to ensure that your university career can be safe and enjoyable. There have been very little reports of sexual assault cases on campus. However, this is due to the fact that most cases on campus do go unreported. Sexual assault and rape can happen to anyone, and more often than you may realize. Nobody is invincible. The reason I'm so passionate about this topic is I myself was raped 2 years ago. And although it's hard and it's personal information for me to give to you guys, I know I need to in order for you to realize that can happen to you, people you know, and your friends. Last year I presented to over 2,000 students, and since then I've had over 40 students, and I know there's more, that have come and talked to me about their own personal stories. It shocked me about the number of students that have experienced sexual assault and rape, and it made me realize it's not talked about in our society, in our university, and in general. And I realized it needs to be talked about more, because the more we come together, the more we talk about it, the more we can all come together, be educated on it, help others, as well as prevent it ourselves. You have the right to set your own sexual limits, to choose what you do and do not want to do. Trust your instincts and always be aware as to what your limits are. You always have the right to say no, and don't be embarrassed to say no. Even if you're in the middle of having sex or fooling around and you get uncomfortable, tell them to stop. It's your right. No means no always. Unless you are clearly saying yes, then it is a no. Do what you feel is comfortable. You may feel uncomfortable saying no at first, but it's not something to regret. You will be happy you said no. Much happier than if something happens when you don't want it. There's no quota. Just because you go to university or because you're a certain age does not mean that you have to be having sex. Do it when you're ready and when you want to. Being a university student presents many opportunities to access drugs and alcohol. The trick is to be careful and smart about it. Take care of yourself. Drugs and alcohol can increase the risk of sexual assault. Many victims often blame themselves for a sexual assault that happens to them after having drinks or drugs. They may feel embarrassed or angry at themselves for many reasons. They weren't able to recognize a dangerous situation. They can't remember how they behaved due to overconsumption, and they believe they may have given consent. If you are intoxicated, your judgment and decision-making is impaired, and you may not necessarily realize what you're doing. This is not consent. Bars here, including the Wall, are fun places to attend. However, plan to stay safe while going out. Always make sure you remain with your friends while at the bar, and know when to stop drinking. Take a cab home, or the drunk bus, or walk in groups. Never walk alone. In your group, designate that one person is looking out for each other, and switch it up night to night. Make sure that person knows where everyone's going at all times, including bathroom breaks, what everyone's doing, what everyone's drinking, and where everyone is going at the end of the night, because it just ensures all of you are going home safe at the end of the night. Date rape drugs. It can happen, and it has happened. Prevention. Be careful and watch your drinks. Don't leave them unattended. Unattended also includes leaving it at a table or behind you while you're dancing. Always keep your drink on you and covered. It just takes a second for someone to drug a drink. If you do leave your drink unattended, just go and grab a new one. I promise you it's worth the $4 to $5 you're going to be spending on that new drink. Never take a drink from a stranger. You may have met them in class or through somebody else, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you can trust them 100%. Everyone likes free drinks, so if someone offers to buy you a drink, go to the bar with them, watch the bartender pour the drink, take the drink directly from the bartender, and say thank you. It's a win-win situation. If you feel like you have been drugged, remove yourself from the bar, stay with your friends, and let security know as soon as possible. There have been several cases of date rape issues that have gone unreported, and I personally have had several students approach me and tell me that they think they've been drugged. I've had several students approach me and tell me that they have been drugged. I've looked after students that have been drugged, and I've had several students come and tell me they've been drugged and then date raped. And the thing is, it's not just one or two stories. It happens quite a lot. I personally didn't know that drugging took place until these stories were coming to me, and then I realized how common it actually is. The thing is, I have stories from after every bar in town. Wall, Cecil's, Zoo, The Moose, Lake House, Casey's, the list goes on. I'm not trying to scare you guys, I'm just trying to let you know that it does happen, and so the more you realize it happens, it's not just a myth, it actually does take place, the more you guys are going to be cautious when you're going out and watching your drinks, just ensures you'll get home safely at the end of the night. Never ever force sex onto another person. Watch your partner's body language. If they seem hesitant, it means they may not want to be doing what you're doing, and stop. If you're charged with rape or sexual assault, you could be convicted. A conviction means a criminal record, and criminal records can affect career opportunities and pathways. Think about it. All jobs that result from your years here at Nipissing need for you to have a clean criminal record. If you don't hear a yes, then assume it's a no. Sexual assault can have a profound effect on the victim's health and well-being. Victims of sexual assault can experience fear, loss of self-esteem, concern for their personal safety, intimidation, anger, isolation, and mistrust of the opposite sex. It can result in physical injuries as well as psychological and emotional trauma. The majority of sexual assault cases are committed by someone the victim is dating or knows, and a lot of the time it can take place in the safety of their own home. The majority of rape victims are young women 16 to 24, yet it still happens to men. They just don't report it as often as women do. Sexual assault can happen in many ways, and many people believe that rape includes a violent act. However, most cases don't include violence, and the victim may not even show physical signs. No matter how much precaution is taken, you can still be assaulted. If it does occur, then make sure you take the best possible care of yourself. If you experience sexual assault, don't blame yourself. Not being able to stop or prevent unwanted sexual contact does not mean that you are the one to blame. If it does happen, consider telling someone you know so you feel less alone. We have free confidential counseling available at the university, and talk to a counselor. And take care of your immediate medical needs. Go to the nearest sexual assault treatment center or hospital, and there'll be trained nurses and doctors there to help you. They'll talk to you about your options. However, just because you go to the hospital does not mean that you have to report it. You and you alone are the one that decides to report it. The hospital will keep a rape kit up to a year after you go in, so within that year you decide to report it, you can. And believe in yourself. What happened to you was wrong. Give yourself time to heal. Recovery from sexual assault is different for each individual. What you can do to help. You may not be the victim, however, be a support system for your friends. In many cases, the first reaction of most friends is disbelief. Almost every victim is accused of lying. Be there for your friends and loved ones if this ever happens to them. It's a very hard topic to talk about, and it's even harder because you may not necessarily understand what they're going through, but being there for them, believing them, pointing them in the right direction, may be the greatest help and support that they could receive. Also, watch how you use the word rape. Saying something like, "that exam raped me," or "I raped that essay," can create flashbacks for victims. Resources. In our community, we have Amelia Rising. It's a sexual assault center in North Bay, and they have a crisis line available 24/7 for anyone to call, as well as they do have a drop-in center. They're located downtown. The North Bay and District Hospital has a sexual assault and domestic violence center, which is located in the emergency room. They have a sexual assault nurses there to help you, and if you're bringing a friend in or if you're going in yourself, you can always call ahead and the sexual assault nurse will be there waiting for you. On campus, we have the Student Development Services Office, where personal counseling is available to all students and it's free. Confidentiality is very important to them and will be discussed with you in detail before you begin. To make an appointment, you can approach Student Development and Services Office. They're located at the top of the Crooked Stairs, or you can always find all their contact information online and give them a call or email. Campus security is always here for the students 24/7. You can call their extension during the day or their cell phone at night, and of course there is always 911. The Campus Safety Walk program is run through Security Services, and all the student workers have been given background checks. The booth runs from September to April, Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., and is located at the end of the Education Center hallway. You approach the booth, ask them to walk you to your vehicle, residence, or if you're waiting at the bus stop and you're by yourself, you can always ask them to wait for you there. As well as if you're somewhere in the school and you feel uncomfortable, give them a call and they'll come and meet you and walk you where you need to go. The Campus Safety Whistle program. Make sure you guys take a second and go grab a free whistle from Campus Security Services. They're bright neon yellow. They're there and they can throw them on your keychain in addition to your keys. and as well then you have it in case of emergency. We have emergency telephones located both inside and outside around campus. Familiarize yourself with locations of these phones because they can come in handy. When you're calling from a phone, you're immediately going to be talking to an operator, and security has already been dispatched to your location. Student support on campus includes your Nipissing University Student Union, Women's Center, Nipissing Pride, and Residence Dawns. These are all student-based support groups or individuals, but they're not certified in provide counseling. However, they are there if you guys need someone to talk to, and they can always point you in the right direction. Thank you so much for giving me your full attention for the last 10 minutes. I really do appreciate it. I know it is a very serious topic to be talking about, but I think it's very important for you guys to hear it, because the more we're educated on it, the more people talk about it, the more we can all come together and hopefully prevent that. That's my ultimate dream. If any of you guys want to talk to me about this professionally or personally, I'm more than willing to talk to any of you. I believe in confidentiality 100%, and nothing that is said to me will be repeated. You can contact me at nipsingu.ca. Under employee directory, type in Trina, up pops my email, trinap@nipsingu.ca, or you can find me on Facebook at Trina Prince. You can message me, and my cell phone number is underneath the information, so always feel free to give me a call. My phone's always on. Again, thank you so much. I'm not trying to scare you guys. Nipissing's a fun place. I've been here for 6 years, and they haven't got rid of me yet, so it's a good sign. But yeah, have a fantastic, fun, and safe year. Thank you so much again for listening, and have a good class.